What is up guys, my name is Warren. So in this tutorial I'm gonna show you how we can build a student registration form from scratch using ASP.NET MVC. By the end of this video you will have a working web page where you can enter student name, email and phone number. When you submit it, the student details will instantly appear right below the form. Let's get into the video. Before we write any code, make sure you have three things installed. One is .NET SDK, so you can download it from this website .NET.microsoft.com. I have already installed it. Make sure you install this. Then the next thing is I'm using a VS Code. This is my Visual Code, and I'm gonna install another useful extension called C# Dev Kit. So here, go to extension, just search C# Dev Kit. So make sure you install this one too. Okay, the first step is we're gonna create a new app. So open terminal, the shortcut is Control and backtick, .NET new MVC, yeah, it's new, and we give a name. So I'm gonna say student app. Press enter. Okay, I'm gonna open it like so. File, open folder. Yeah, there's my app. So before that, we see what is MVC. MVC stands for Model View Controller. Think of it like a restaurant. The model is the menu item, just data, nothing else. The controller is the waiter, takes your request and fetches what you need. The view is the plate. It represents everything nicely to you, right? When the browser requests a page, the controller handles it, grabs data from the model and passes it into the view. The view turns it into HTML and the browser displays it. Today you will see all three working together live. First, the model. So right click model folder in the VS Code, new file, and name it student.cs, student.cs. Namespace, the namespace is student app, right? Student app. Then .model. Right. After that, we're gonna create a class, public class. It's a public class, student. So first we have public. A student have an ID, so it's an integer. So ID. Then we give get set. We need a name. Yeah, name. Name is not int, right? So it's string. What else? Email and phone, right? Email and phone. So this is the blueprint of a student, right? For properties, ID, name, email, phone. So the curly braces with get and set, that means we can both read and write each value. So we have created our student model. The next step is we're going to create another model. So now inside this model folder, I'm going to create another folder called view model. Then I'm going to create my model inside. New file, student page model, CS. So namespace is student app dot models dot view model. After that, I'm going to create a class, public class. Let's name it student page model. And first we have list, so public list. The list has students. Student, let's name it student list. Then get set. So the student list holds every student we have added. Then I'm going to create new student. So new student will hold the form data. When the users type their info and hit submit, it goes straight into new student. Public student, I'm going to call it new student. Again, get and set. there's an error. I made a mistake. Let's remove that semicolon. Yeah, now everything is fine. Now we are going to create the controller. This is where all the logic lives. So inside the controllers folder, I'm going to create new controller. Let's call it student controller. So inside that, we are going to use MVC. So Microsoft.asp.NET Core.mvc. Then we're going to use model. So using student app.models. Then we're going to use this that view models too, right? Same thing, but it's inside the view model. So now namespace student app.controllers public class. Let's name it student controller. This is controller, right? So inside the curly braces, we are going to have the list of students, right? So private static list. We're going to have students inside the list, right? So student. Let's call it student. New list. Then let's create an ID. So private static type is int, right? So let's call it next ID. Initially it's 1. Static keyword means it stays alive the whole time the app is running. It doesn't reset every time someone visits the page, right? It's like a temporary database for now. Then we are going to create a get function. So here let's say get. This function runs when you visit the page in your browser. Its only job is to prepare data and show the page. Public iAction result. Okay, then index. This a action result is a return type. I is short for interface. Don't worry too much about that right now. What does it mean is this function will return something a browser understands. Web page or a redirect, a file, whatever. Okay, inside this method, I'm gonna call like for model new student page model. So inside that, we're gonna have student list, student here, right? Then new student is new student. Yeah, this should be a comma. And the semicolon comes here. Then it returns view, and we return this model. I think I made a typo. The n should be capital, so you can find it in our models. Student list, yeah, in this model, yeah, it's student list is okay. N should be capital. It's showing error now because we don't have view for it. So let's create that one first. So I go to view. Inside the view, I'm gonna create new folder. So I'm gonna call it student. Inside that, so new file. Let's call it index.chtml. Okay, let's say student form. Okay, let's go back to our controller. Now the error message is gone, right? So we have created one function. So now we have to create another one to post the data. So it's going to be a post method. So we have to use this one. Okay, let's say, yeah, let's comment it right. Post, like we should mention, HTTP post. So here public a action result. Let's call it add student. Here we are passing a new student. So student is the type and new student. Okay, inside the one, we have to generate new ID for each of the student, right? So new student dot ID equal to what? This one, this next ID, right? And we have to add 1, so plus plus. I think we missed curly braces here. Yeah. Then we have to add this student to our list, right? So students dot add, we are passing new student here. Then return redirect to action index the same page. Okay, cool. In this add student function, it has an attribute HTTP post. It runs when someone submits the form. ASP.NET read the form field automatically and fill it in new student object for us. We assign ID over here and then we add it to the list, right? Okay, that's it. Now we are going to create our view, right? That's the main section. That's the interesting section. So we just created the view, right? So it's inside student and index, right? Yeah. So add model student app, right? Student app dot models dot view model. Then student page model. We're gonna create the form. So let's say h2, or let's say add a student. I'm gonna create the form ASP controller, that is student, right? Then ASP action, it is add student. Method we're gonna use is post. So method post. Inside that I'm gonna create a div, label name. Now run the app. So open the terminal. So control backtick .NET watch run slash student. Yeah, we see the form here, right? So we have label, then input ASP for new student dot name. So here placeholder, enter name. I saved it, I get an error message, right? It says student page model does not contain a definition for new student. Okay, let's go to student page model. Yeah, here it's capital student, new student, right? Okay, copy it. Yeah, paste it now. Okay, now save it. Okay, yeah, it's working fine. Let's give a bootstrap class for the design. By default, this page is using bootstrap. So I'm gonna give a bootstrap class. So for the first div, form group, for the label, it's control label. Then for the input, it's form control. So I'm gonna copy this. So I'm gonna rename it, right? Email, and it should be email. I'll give some margin top to the div, so mt3. So the next one is font. So I'm gonna say, then I need a button, right? So again, I'm gonna create a button inside a div, the class name, form group, and margin top 3. Input, type is submit, value so I give bootstrap class name, so class btn primary is a blue color, right? So I need a blue color button. Okay, let's see. Yeah, input should be, yeah. Okay, then I'm going to display the student data in a table. So first I'm going to check if it is 0, it should say no student records found. If model dot, it's in the student list, right? Student list dot count equal to 0. Then I'm going to say no student records found. Okay, let's go to our page. Yeah, I'd say no student records found, right? Okay. Yeah, for the form, I'm gonna say class name, margin tree. That's enough. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's pretty good. So now we're gonna create a table. So else table. Here in the table heading, I'm gonna give ID, name, email, and phone, right? Yeah, I'm gonna remove this shit. So inside the table body, I'm gonna run a for each loop. So at for each. So var, let's call it student. It's in the model, right? Model dot student list. So inside the curly braces, I'm gonna move this. I don't need this extra tr. Yeah, td. Yeah, I'm gonna move the scope. Right. Then inside this, first we're gonna return student ID. Then student name, then email, then phone. I made a mistake. It should be small, right? So I made it like capital, right? So student should be small. So yeah, save it. Yeah, now we go to student. No student records found. So I'm gonna add something. So I'm gonna say Lorenzo at codewithwarren.com, phone number, something like that. Create. You see in the records. So I'm gonna add another thing. I'm gonna say Lenin, email Lenin at gmail.com, phone number, something. Create. So the functionalities are done. So I'm gonna make it better. So in the navbar, I'm gonna add that link. So get back to the code. So I'm going to the view, shared, layout. I'm gonna copy this last line. In the Mac, select everything and shift option and down arrow key. In the Windows, it's shift alt down arrow key. So I just copied it. So the controller is student, action is index. So I'm gonna say student, save it. Let's go back to the code. Here you see student over here, right? So home, privacy, student. That's it, guys. If you have any doubt, please write down in the comment section. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give a like. See you guys. See you in the next tutorial.